10.336. 10.336. Up next is Aubrey with music, followed by Kennedy and Bridger, Carly and Squirt, and Jalen with Selena. And that is a 26.011.
I think you're right. Unfortunately.
Maybe that's it.
Good job!
So in the ring for poles, we have Josie and Sophie. After Josie will be Emma Lynn and Gimli. Then Davis and Sophie will round out our lead line class. We'll be moving right into our 11 and under division with Emerson and Cartel, Lexi and Killian, Carly and Scout.
All right, Kennedy got a 22.213. We are looking for Carly and Squirt, Jalen and Selena, Corix, and Jazz. We will move on to the
Okay, so Delaney with Kid Dual Doc will follow after Jazz and Corix.
Bless you. Thank you. Bless you. Yeah, when it gets to that point, yeah. So Haven will be in this ring next because they alternate. So that way they can keep things moving. And then Ava will be in this ring next. So just listen for their names and you'll know when they're up and coming. We'll just twist it around. Exactly. That's what I said.
17.056, 17.056.
Congress and equine affairs spring. Yes, she was determined. She wanted to wear this.
And that was a good time of 104.971. Great job, Josie and Mom. Up next, we have Emma Lynn and Gimli. Then we'll have Davis and Sophie, followed by Emerson and Cartel, Lexi and Killian, Charlie and Scout, Sadie and Rascal. All right, the good time is 10.473. Next, we're looking for Jalen with Selena.
Well, tell them you're here. We're all here. I told she's going to be good. Yeah!
A good ride at a time of 13.447, a 13.447. I apologize for getting the names rearranged. We are now looking for Delaney with Kit Dual Doc, followed by Marion and Prim, and then Lena and Peyton.
He does really well with their barrels and very good.
116. Good job, time of 15.328. All right, we have Aaron and Prim, followed by Lena and Peyton. Addison and Stewart will be after that.
Then they'll do the 11 and under.
So you're a smart man, Stellan. You don't have your sweatpants on. You're just.
Yeah, I'm losing it already. The sun's moving.
Well, you can move back a little bit as long
You
as
remember
you
Hayden goes, I saw them. I think they're in Tilly. I'm like, no.
That's a good try.
But anyhow, so just so you see them, you would know.
Is that yellow building restrooms?
Restrooms, everybody?
We are looking for Lena and Peyton. Lena and Peyton, please.
Down this road, take a left in the chain link fence, and then over by that little doorway.
where that lady is walking
Yep.
toward.
So, yeah, quite a journey. It is quite a journey. It's better than the other option they had as a porter down before.
Whoa, nice!
Another great ride, 10.104.
How you doing today? Yeah. All right.
Last rider for the 12 to 14-year-old division is Addison and Stewart.
With a time of 70.973. For David.
Don't beat him up.
Run, Dina, run.
Up next, we have Emerson and Cartel.
I could have brought our bleacher seats.
Carly Vanderroos parents. One of you, can you please come up to the office and see Gretchen? Carly Vanderroos parents. Thank you.
Well, sometimes that's what it is, that people happen. That's about feeling.
That was a good time, Emerson, of 32.818. 32.818. Up next, we have Lexi and Killian, followed by Carly Cover and Scout, Save Young Pepper.
These are going to watch both sides here. Oh!
All right, that was a good try.
So if they knock anything over, then it's disqualified.
That was a
Yeah.
good time of 30.0.
Or doc.
That was a nice run, and it's a 10.691.
Haven't heard anything below 10 seconds yet.
No, I'm in this chair here. I just keep standing up because I can't see through them.
We now have Taylor with Skylar, followed by Carington and Gimli, and Annika with Sophie after that.
That was a good time with
Director
10
chairs.
seconds added for 2 knots pulled of 31.031.
About the only place we'd use it.
Up next, once we get the polls reset, is Elise and Jesse, followed by Kingley and Pepper,
I'm happy in my chair.
Moriah and
I didn't sit here for
Moria
you, I
and
sat here
Prim.
for me.
I'm sorry, I always butcher your name.
Don't worry, Mama. Don't worry.
She worries.
All right, we had a good try from Taylor. We are now looking at Carington with Gimli, followed by Annika and Sophie. Then we'll be looking for Gracie and Champagne. Kallie with Tricky after that.
This horse is gonna be pretty good. Okay, round and then round and then.
We got an 11.279. 11.279.
I'll take the
That was
red
a good time,
stockings with
Elise.
your American flag.
26.988. Up next, we have Kingsley and Pepper, followed by Maria,
Oh, here we go.
Moria, and Prim,
She might be beat.
Zoe, and oh golly, Miss Molly, Braylon, and Blackie, Haven, and Goldie.
All right, and that is a 10.817.
I heard Goldie's.
Next is Gracie with Champagne, followed by Callie with Tricky, Juliana with Argo, and Carmen with Otis, please.
That was the Reba. I'm Rhea. Rhea shot. That was her fault.
All right, with 5 seconds added for not full, that's 36.021. 36.021.
To knock a pole down is 5 seconds.
We got our new time to beat of a 9.568.
She was really good. She stuck that.
Can I have one of the bird horse parents up to the office so I can make sure we get you in the right age group? They can still run whenever they call you. I'll move the times, but if I can get Braylon or Addison bird horse parent up to the entry booth.
Berlin.
Callie and Tricky is up next.
Oh, that poor.
Good try. Reminder, it is blazing hot outside. Please make sure you give your horse plenty of water opportunities.
And yourself.
That, I'm sorry, is a no time. Once we get this pole reset, we're looking for Zoe and oh golly, Miss Molly, followed by Braylon and Blackie. Haven and Goldie's gonna be after them.
Well, there's this crossing. That's a dressage move.
Then we'll start with our 12 to 14 division with Emily and Nash.
Whoa. Well, what's he doing?
He's just being a little loud.
And Argo got 11.6 or 76. I'm sorry, 11.76.
Dropping the flags.
I need Carmen and Otis, followed by Carington and Casanova, Jacqueline and MJ, followed by Samantha and Zeus.
That's about Goldie's speed.
I'm so happy for Haven. She's got Goldie that's there. She thinks we've got every miracle. She does. She gets real close to it. No, put on. Then she moves. She's a smart horse. Oh, she put glitter on the horse.
Good try.
Horses and girls.
I need Carington and Casanova next, followed by Jacqueline and MJ, followed by Samantha and Zeus. Emma and Georgia is after that.
That was a good time of 14.
Xander and Ada.
Yeah, Ava did that for so many years already. In the barrel speed.
And I'm sorry, that'll be in no time.
Be there in no time.
All right, we got a 24.997. No, we don't. We do not. Good try, though. Rerun? Oh, even better. Let's do that. Do you want to wait till the end or go again now? Going right now. All right. It's Jacqueline and MJ, right? All right.
Go Haven!
In the ring, we have Haven and Goldie. Up next will be Emily and Nash, Kenzie and Lucky, then Chesney and Bandit, Olivia and Boone.
Turn it around, girl.
All right, even better, we got a 21.788. 21.788. We're going to go with Samantha and Zeus, followed by Emma and Georgia, Gracie with Frenchie, Xander and Ada, Ava and Daly, Carmen and Oliver, and we will look for Carington and Casanova after that.
All right, Haven, that was a good
This is
time.
Carington right here. All right. You are a fast tack change.
42.304. Up next, we have Emily and Nash, followed by Kenzie and Lucky, Chesney and Bandit, Olivia and Boone.
Hey, Ava's getting in the lineup over here.
All right, and we got a 21.978, 21.978. All right. How about Samantha and Zeus? Is that an option?
And sorry, Emily, that'll be in no time, but if you want to finish out your pattern, you're more than welcome.
Oh, that gal that was running the poles, she lost the reins, the both reins ended up on one side, she put the reverse door on the back. That's a very strong horse. Very strong. Reminds me of Dusty, Brenda's animal. He's got tons of power. Wow, is he pretty. Look at him. He's just sliding, he changes, switch around the poles. He's really pretty. Well, that's good for the horse, too.
Woo! Awesome! Woo!
Yeah, that's a beautiful animal. That is a beautiful animal.
Well, that
See how
would
fast
have
he was
been
like
at
that?
26.916. Great job. Up next, we have Kenzie and Lucky, followed by Chesney and Bandit, Olivia and Boone, Montana and Turbo Shadow.
All right, and that was a good drive, 12.606. I need Emma and Georgia, followed by Gracie and Frenchie, Xander and Ada, Ava and Daly, and Carmen and Oliver.
I think I would have liked this as a kid.
Whoa.
That one's not a comment.
I know, but I feel
Not a
bad.
comment on it.
Oh.
That was a good try.
I mean, it was just like this, but I ended up, jumping in that one time. But I enjoyed that. I just think super competitive. Probably would have recommended it.
Maybe right for you too.
Probably.
You can tell this was an older age because the horses are faster.
Whoa, yeah, got it.
All right, who's ready for another time to beat? We got an 8.591.
859.
We got Xander and Ada.
All right, Kenzie I'm sorry, that'll be in no time. Up next, Chesney and Bandit, then Olivia and Boone, Montana and Turbo Shadow, Olivia and Sage, then Avery and Jazz. Be thinking about it.
He's good. You can switch it. Yeah, he's
8.6 is
Another good ride and a 9.314.
yeah, half a second slower. Wow.
Looking for Ava and Dally, followed by Carmen and Oliver. Maisie, followed by Zoe and Jesse. Caitlin and China, and Chloe and Katie.
Oh, nuts.
Nice try. Carmen and Oliver is our final riders for the 15 to 16-year-old division. Another good try. All right, we do need to drag the arena in ring 2. And then we'll move on to the 17 and 19-year-old division. This is a good opportunity to offer your horse a hit of water.
This is Bill Rinderknecht with WKTV Sports Journal, and I'm here with Gimli and his owner, Carington, Catania. That is a mouthful, and I thought my name was long. So Carington is here with Gimli performing in some of these speed events, and Carington, I'm going to ask you about your participation. What are you here for today?
So with Gimli specifically, I run mainly flag racing, and we already did that, and he did pretty well in that. I think we pulled like a 6th place. And then later on today, we are going to be running some of our fun events, our jumping and pulls, and then our fun flag event at the end, and then maybe some 2-man pickup. But yeah.
Describe the 2-man pickup.
So 2-man pickup is where you have one rider standing on a barrel and one rider down riding the horse, and the person on the horse will run around and pick up the other rider that's standing on the barrel, and both will ride back on the horse down to the gate, and it's pretty fun.
Yeah, it sounds fun. Okay, so tell me your age if you're comfortable with it, but at least tell me how long you've been riding.
I'm 16. I think I've been riding maybe since I was 11 or 12. So it's been a couple years.
That's exciting. Homeschool, public school, how's your schooling working out?
So I'm homeschooled. I live in Hudsonville, and I ride for the Hudsonville equestrian team. And I really like it, especially being able to be involved with the sports.
So what are some of the highlights of your riding competition?
Let's see. Last year, me and Gimli with Hudsonville Equestrian, we went all the way to regionals, and we won 1st place in our jumping division, and we had a really successful, fun time down there. He's been doing really good with his flag racing, constantly just getting better and better every year, and yeah. That's
pretty exciting. He's not too spooked with the TV truck and the tents and everything set up today, is he?
No, Gimli's so easygoing. He's having a blast.
That's fun, an easygoing horse who's also fast. Okay, well, tell me about your future outside of horse competition.
My future, other than horses, I guess. I'm not really thinking about going to any career horse-wise. I hope to continue to just do these fun open shows after high school, and I'd like to go into photography and stuff after I'm done with my schooling, but I'm just kind of going with the flow.
What has drawn you to photography?
I love getting action shots here. I have photographers and videographers that come out here and take videos and pictures of horses, and I just think it's so cool to like capture these memories, and that's what I want to do.
That's pretty exciting. Okay, over to you, Gimli. What do you have to say about all this? He's speechless.
Everyone.
We are looking for Joey and Jesse. Oh my word. Zoe and Jesse, followed by Caitlin and China and Chloe and Katie.
Everyone who has been here, especially at the last show, your ribbons are up at the office. You may come up and get them at any time. Sorry, not at the office. We're doing them at the tent where we're selling tack. So please come up to the announcer booth to collect your ribbons.
Another good try. Up next is Caitlin and China, followed by Chloe and Katie, Jamie and Dakota, and then Samantha with examples. All right, we got a time to beat, and it's a 9.631, 9.631. All right, we got Chloe with Katie. Katie had some good reach, but no time. We are now looking for Janie and Dakota, followed by Samantha and Examples. Jaden and Flash, followed by Weston and Charger, which will conclude group 17 to 19.
I'm sorry, Avery, that's a no time for going off pattern. Up next, we have Aubrey and Music.
The group from the 25 to 35 division. Claire and Jazz, Rebecca and Flash, Cassie and Zane will be the first three, please.
Come on, Jay.
Good try. All right, next is Samantha with examples. Placings for the 11 and under flag race are as follows. First place in congratulations with a time of 10.059 is Elise with Jesse, followed by second place Lexi and Killian. Third place is Haven and Goldie. Fourth place is Emerson and Cartel. Fifth place is Mora and Riley. And that's it. That is a good try.
That was a good time of 44.817. Up next, we have Carly and Squirt.
And for Jadlyn and Flash, we are ready for you, followed by Weston and Charter. Good try. We now have Weston and Charger, and that will conclude the 17. It won't. We're adding one. I can't wait. That was a good effort. heard trigger. Okay, Jaden Russell is coming with trigger.
That was a good time of 26.505. Good job, Jalen. Up next we have Delaney and Doc, followed by Lena and Peyton, and that's going to round out this age division. We're going to start our 15 to 16 division with Kelsey and Turbo Whistle.
All right, good try. And, no, give me that back. And good job. We have Caitlin in China. You got first place in that one. Your placings for the 12 to 14-year-old division of flag race is as follows. First place, and congratulations with a time of 10.104. Lena with Peyton. Second place goes to Montana with Turbo Shadow. Third place is Jadlyn with Selena. Fourth place is Kenzie with Lucky. Fifth place is Chesney with Bandit. And sixth place goes to Corax and Jans.
That was a good time, Delaney, of 30.079. Up next, we have Lena and Peyton, followed by Kelsey and Turbo Whistle, Taylor and Stryker, Annika and Sophie.
Time to beat is a 12.215.
Got it in.
And that was a good time, Lena, of 29.982. Up next, we have Kelsey and Turbo Whistle, Taylor and Stryker, Annika and Sophie, Kallie and Tricky, Juliana and Argo. Be ready.
And we have a 12.695, 12.695 for Rebecca. We're looking for Cassie and Zane, followed by Gracie and Grace and Squirt, and then Aaron with Satin.
Yeah, can you just imagine riding in the mountains with a horse that wants to go over the prairies? See what an expert you become after you watch a few?
Well, you watch the I'm not an expert at all, but you can see with the very, very smooth operators and the technique where they have
New time to beat is 11.851.
just smooth to watch.
That was a good time of 28.929. Up next, we have Taylor and Stryker, followed by Annika and Sophie.
We are now looking for Grace and Squirt, followed by Luke and Satin, Mackenzie and Diablo, Rebecca and Trigger, Izzy and Doc.
The name of the horse. Your name is Diablo, oh boy.
A lot of times these names have a significance to the owners. You know, they change them when they trade horses out.
Kelsey Burkhorst, can you come up to the announcer stand, please? Kelsey, to the announcer stand.
Good job.
She has. Go, 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 go.
That horse is not all, head is all over the place, though, if it wasn't in sync.
That was a good time, Taylor, of 29.195. Up next, we have Annika and Sophie, followed by Kallie and Tricky, Juliana and Argo, Carmen and Otis. Keep thinking about it.
Yeah, here we go.
Pivot the chairs around.
Yeah. Well, that's why it's nice to sit here on a chair because you can turn it around if you want to. But this, I never thought of, that's the chair.
Thank you.
Not facing west, and then north and south.
We then move on to the old people group. Darn it,
Your
Aaron.
grandparents are all the same.
I thought I was picking up on that. Sometimes I miss it.
This is Bill Rinderknecht with WKTV Sports Journal, and I'm talking to Steve Luyk, who is kind of overseeing this event. We're going to have a conversation with him and just tell him, have Steve tell us what your role is and how long you've been doing this.
Well, I'm the district chair for District 16, which is MIHA High School and Junior High Equestrian, and I've been doing that for about 18 years. And we started this show about 12 years. This is the 12th year running. And we do this as a fundraiser to generate money to help pay for our district. We do extremely well. As you can see, we've got about 80 riders here today. I've had as many as 126 this year at one show. And all the proceeds of this goes into our district to buy equipment. And all the people that you see working here, it's all volunteer. They don't get paid a penny for this. We do it for the kids and the love of the sport.
That's great. I noticed in the background there's a Millbrook sign, which I think is a sponsor of the event. How do they contribute to this?
Millbrook is our main sponsor for this series. They've been with us since the beginning. They help supply the belt buckles that we give out to our first and second place in each age group. They also help with the plaques that we give out and the ribbons. And they've just been a huge supporter for us. We don't ask for any other sponsors for this series. We did in the beginning, but we're completely self-sufficient right now with what we're doing. And it's been a great turnout. It's like a big family. We have had some kids get hurt, some people get hurt. And when one gets hurt, everybody gets hurt, and they all care for each other. We've got kids as young as 2 years old that ride in lead line, and we get people as old as 70 and 75 that ride. So we try to encourage everybody to come out, and I don't care what age you are.
That's exciting. Being self-sufficient, I did notice your price list for signing up for the event. Could you go into a little bit of detail on that and how easy it is to register?
Okay, we do a pre-registration. You can go online to Millbrook's Hudsonville Summer Speed Series, and that's where a lot of people pre-register, and that helps me get it all in the computer ahead of time. We charge $5 a class, and that's about the lowest you'll see anywhere. A lot of place shows are $7-8 a class. We're at $5 a class, and that entitles them for one run. So if they sign up for 5 classes, it's $25 for the whole day. Obviously, for our finale, we're doing some extra classes in here to make it fun. So
that's awesome. Okay, I'm going to ask you a tough question.
Yeah.
I need to know if you have any personal highlights from the competitions that you've overseen in recent years.
As far as good or bad?
Go ahead, give me highlights.
For our high school teams, like I said, I do a lot of different shows. We've had a high school team out of this area win state championship. We've had some bad things happen. Like I said, we've had people get hurt. I've had a horse that died on us at a show, but not this show. That was quite tragic. At this show, I think one of the highlights was a girl, she's not even here running today. She had an extremely fast horse, and she was literally out of the saddle on the side of the horse and just about underneath the horse, and she stayed on the whole time. So, and she had one of the fastest times of the day in that event. So there's a lot of good things. I think one of the other highlights is watching my 4-year-old granddaughter run. When you start seeing your grandchildren starting to come up through the ranks, it's a great thing. I got a son that runs. It's just fun to see him.
That's awesome. Great volunteers. You got disciplined, tough kids riding the horses, and I've been watching and seeing how the riders and the horses interact, and that's been a joy to see. I grew up with horses myself, and so I really love to watch the kids interact. And Any highlights among the volunteers?
Oh, I've got a great group of people. I don't want to pick one out. My announcers, my gate people, the people running the tractor, they're all volunteers. And these guys, I owe everything to them. I can't do my show without their help. And they run the show. I run the office right now because it's the final show. I'm tied up in there. But when something needs to happen, they take care of it. They do my high school shows. They do my pleasure shows. I know you're going to be here on Tuesday for one of the pleasure shows that we run. This is the first year of that series. A lot of it's the same people. It's a great family.
And from our family to yours, thank you so much for letting us be here.
Good time of 26.201. In the ring right now is Kallie with Tricky. Then we have Juliana and Argo, Carmen and Otis, Carington and Casanova. And that was a good time of 32.988, Kallie, 32.988.
All right. Here we are looking for Mackenzie and Diablo, followed by Trigger and Rebecca. Then will be Izzy and Doc. And also in this class is Tara and Taz. Your placings for the 15 to 16-year-old division for flag race are as follows. With an 8.591 is Gracie with Frenchie. Second place is Xander and Ada. Third place is Gracie and Champagne. Fourth place is Kelsey with Not Whistle. I don't remember who she's with. And we got a 14.673.
28.347. Up next, we have Carmen and Otis, followed by Carington and Casanova. Jacqueline and MJ, Samantha and Zeus, be thinking about it.
And we got a 13.979. What you...
Yeah. Whoa, that girl is right. Just like a jockey, she almost was one.
And we got an 8.587. What do you know? Time to beat.
Well, we're just having a casual time, elbow over the fence conversation with Izzy, who's been involved in the speed sports here at the Millbrook Speed Horse Competition today. I'd like for you to tell me your full name and what grade you're in, and then talk about your competition today.
Sure. So my name is Isabel Maguffee. Everybody here knows me as Izzy. I've been doing this for like 10 plus years. And as far as the competition goes, there's really good competition here. I've been competing against a lot of the same people because you kind of move up with the same people over the years. So that's fun to watch how they run and how they improve and all of that. And so it's tough competition here. It's not just run in there and win everything. So I appreciate that there's good people to compete against. Everybody's really nice and good supportive. Even the people that I'm running against are always good at cheering you on, and same goes. I try to cheer everybody else on too. So I appreciate that for especially this series. So
that's really cool. It's quite a community you have. I understand from Steve, the director here, that you represent District 16, is that right? Can you describe District 16?
So that's actually for a equestrian team thing, which they help, these shows help fund kind of that. So that's the equestrian team for the schools. I've actually been a coach for a couple years for a different team. But that's a really cool thing too. This, like I said, helps fund these events, which is really cool. High school E-team is something I grew up doing, which I really appreciate and learned a lot from the coaches with that too. So it's really cool to do a series that I know kind of goes towards those events and stuff too. So high school equestrian team is a really cool thing. They've got junior equestrian team as well, but lots of camaraderie. This is a sport that a lot of times tends to be a one-on-one kind of thing, and you and the horse, and through E-team you kind of are on a team and get to do things together. So I like that they tie together. It's cool. So
well, I want to get back to coaching, so don't let me forget. However, I want to talk about you and your horse. Tell me about the breed of your horse and the relationship that you have.
So he's about 19. I actually don't know what breed he is exactly. He doesn't have registration papers. I'm guessing he's some sort of quarter horse mix. His name is Doc. I've had him for about 5 years now. He's really special to me. We kind of learned how to do this together. I'd had a little experience prior to training him to do this on different horses, but he's the one that's really been able to bring me places, and I trust him to take me and be safe and all that in here. So yeah, he's a cool horse. I appreciate him a lot for doing me right when we do these kind of shows. So.
That's really awesome. Sounds like he's taught you a thing or two as well.
Yeah, he sure has, for sure.
But, okay, so you've been riding for a number of years. You've also been competing for number of years. You've talked about the community. Okay, let's talk about coaching. You said you've been coaching. Tell me for whom at what level?
Yeah, so I helped coach the Hopkins equestrian team for a couple years. As soon as I got out of high school and graduated, you can no longer compete since it's through high school, and I'm 21, so I'm past high school age. So only due to time, I'm not this year, but the past couple years I got to help, and it's really been fun to coach with my coaches that coach me and be able to watch the riders kind of go up through the years and improve and all that. So it's a cool experience. I really enjoyed my time coaching, and I'm sad that I can't this year, but.
Well, that's too bad. So you're 21, you said, and you. Do you have a day job, or is horses your life? Tell me about that.
Yeah, I have about 4 different jobs, but I have lots of lesson kids and training horses and stuff. That's fun to do. But my main jobs right now, I'm a vet tech for horse vet up in Ada, so I get to do the horse thing with that job. And then I'm actually an EMT and a firefighter. So.
Have you heard the name Gene Gavin?
Don't think I have.
Okay, he's a large animal vet, just retired. Just a question I had, a good friend of mine. Sure. Who also loves horses. But anybody else in your family involved in riding?
Not until me. Kind of started with, I did lessons as a little kid and really liked it, so continued on with it and just slowly leased a horse for a couple years and bought one. Now I've got 2 at my house, so kind of escalated to this. But my parents are here and they still enjoy coming to shows.
So this is Izzy. She's a coach, a mentor, a rider, and a lover of the horse community. Did I get that right?
You did.
Looking for Terry and Taz. Terry and Taz, please. Before we move on to the 35, and then we won't ask how old you are no more. Group.
All right, Carmen, that was a good time of 36.936. Up next, we have Carington and Casanova, Jacqueline and MJ, Samantha and Zeus, Emma and Georgia be thinking about it. I have placings for the 11 and under pole division. In first place, we have Elise Taylor and Jessie. Second place, Carly Cobra and Scout. Third place, Lexi Benedict and Killian. Fourth place, Emerson Snow and Cartel. Fifth place, Kingly Hill and Pepper. Sixth place, Sadie and Young and Rascal. Congratulations. In our 12 to 14 division, I also have
it bounced out.
In first place, we have Jalen Novakoski with Selena. Second place, Montana and Turbo Shadow. Third place, Lena and Peyton. Fourth place, Delaney and Kit Fuel Dot. Fifth place, Chesney and Bandit. And sixth place, Olivia and Sage.
We are looking for Renee and Billy, followed by Michael and Oakley, Pam and Cody, Renee and Jasper, Kevin and Cody, and Lisa and Ransom. All right, you passed the timer, so you still got an 8.768. Your dismount needs work.
Jacqueline, you had a good time of 46.292.
Very comfortable. Good for you folks.
You got to breathe.
Lost a hat.
All right. There's no time, but it was really fast. Looking for Pam and Cody, followed by Renee and Jasper. Kevin and Cody, and Lisa and Ransom.
That was a good time, Gracie, with 25.651. Up next, we have Samantha and Zeus, followed by Emma and Georgia, Avery and Zippin in the stands, Ava and Daly, then Gracie and Frenchie. We'll round out the 15 to 16 division. After we're done with the 15 to 16 division, we're going to look for a drag.
Look for a what?
All right, unfortunately, you double tripped the timer, and that is a no time. All right, we nailed this flag, and we got a 9.512, 9.512. And that is 12.953. All right, final rider is Lisa with Ransom. And it's a 13.193. We need Gary.
That was a good time, Samantha, of 31.622. Thanks for doing that. Coming in the ring is Emma with Georgia. Then we have Avery and Zippin in the stands, Ava and Daly. Sorry, I guess I need my glasses on. Ava and Daly. Then Gracie and Frenchie. That was a good time of 25.336. Up next we have Avery and Zippin in the stands, Ava and Daly, Gracie and Frenchie will round out the class, then we will drag. That was a good time, Avery, of 27.503. 27.503. Up next, we have Ava and Daly. Then to round out the class will be Gracie and Frenchie. Then we will drag before we go into the 17 to 19 division.
Our high point for this season is Emily Stevens with 18.
Nice job, Ava. Good time of 27.111. Up next, to round out the class, we have Gracie and Frenchie, then we'll drag. time, Gracie, of 23.695.
All right, we are looking at Zoe with Old Smelly, followed by Rinderknecht, him and Goldie, Kingley and Pepper.
Yeah, this looks like crushed limestone with sand. Yeah, it saves the horses like fun. It's pretty smoky though that it would be. Water it. Yeah, it's really pricey to do it right. What they usually do is they dig it out and then they stabilize it, put drainage in it, and then they fill it with sand when they do this top stuff. There's layer after layer in it. But if you've got really expensive horses and you're in
I have placings for full 17 to 19 division. In first place, we have Penguin and China. Second place, Chloe and Katie. Third place, Wes and Charger. Fourth place, Zoe and Jesse. Fifth place, Jamie and Dakota. Sixth place, Mackenzie and Macy.
This is Bill Rinderknecht with WKTV Sports Journal, and I'm interviewing Ford. Please give me your full name and your team, and tell me how long you guys have been together.
Ford Ablett with Broken Buck Farms, and the two girls I have here today have been with me for 6 years.
And you're out of Hastings, is that right?
And I coach Hastings equestrian team.
Is that the high school team there?
Yes. We have a 4-H club also, stablemates.
So how many horses do you have on your farm?
9.
And are they all competitors or some pleasure? How does that work?
I got 3 that like to be alive, so they're just there for the food and the grins. But I got 4 speed horses and pleasure horses that we take to all the shows.
That's outstanding. You must be proud of you girls. How many do you have in here today?
3.
4.
4.
You got 4 of them. And what are their events?
Everything.
Top to bottom. All right, they're doing poles, they're doing barrels, they're doing flags. Is that correct?
Flags, yep. And then a couple specialties that Steve drums up every year. Like you got to jump over poles to go do weaving things and all. He puts a lot of stuff together.
We're anxious to talk to Steve about all this too. But so kind of in your own words, tell me why you're so proud of these girls and what they do for you personally.
Well, the first thing, sticking it out for 6 years is a commitment, And most of my girls are all homeschooled, which is also nice for me. The flexibility is a little better when you don't have to go to school for 8 hours, So that helps a lot. And they keep me young.
I bet they do. How about your own competition? What have you been involved in your years of riding?
Well, I haven't rode in about 5 years. I broke my hip a couple years ago, and I can't even get on a horse. So,
well, tell me about your competition days. What kind of events were you involved in?
I did everything. Yeah, we were top contenders every place we went, doing the same 6 events, We did, 3 different venues, but I got out early, but most of us, I just hammered the girls because, we go to MSU twice a year. I got 4 girls going to 4-H championships at MSU this year, all 4 qualified, so that's on the 19th, August. I have more fun training, taking speed horses and beating pleasure kids, which I'm going to get a lot of slack over, I just said, but they'll get over it. But we took speed horses and do jumping with them. We do trail courses with them, some pleasure classes with them. And we just took an overall with a speed horse that's 26 years old, and I got another one here that's 31 years old. So,
a 31-year-old horse is rather rare.
And he's still kicking butt.
That's exciting to me because my family had 3 horses and our oldest one died when she was 36. She was a Mustang Arabian. So what breed is your 31-year-old?
My 31 that's here and my 26 are brother and sister. That's Dakota and China, and just about everybody around here knows both of them because they've taken a saddle here twice. Both of them have. So,
what breed are they?
Oh, Morgans. Morgan quarter horse.
Morgan quarter is a really good combination.
They're same Morgan stallion, daddy.
That's pretty exciting.
Oh, I love my Morgans. I love my old horses.
I bet you do. So, do you ever get out on a ride yourself once in a while now, or have you been in the saddle since you're hip?
No, I can't even get on a horse. And when I get on, I did get on here a year ago, and I had 3 girls help me get off. So it's kind of embarrassing, you know, so I just stay on the ground now.
Well, you're a good observer, though, because you're bringing home some buckles, I believe.
Oh, we got a bunch. Yeah.
That's awesome.
We will have the 12 to 14-year-olds doing barrels shortly. We are looking for Emily and Nash, Kenzie and Luyk, Chesney and Bandit, Olivia and Boone, Montana and Turbo Shadow, Olivia and Sage, Avery and Jazz, Aubrey and Music, Kennedy and Bridger, Carly and Squirt, Jadlyn and Selena.
Up next we've got Izzy and John, Kara and Pam, and we'll start our 36 and up division of Renee and Billy, Michael and Oakley, Renee and Jasper, Kevin and Cody, Lisa and Ransom.
Out of there. Ring 2 is ready for the 12 to 14-year-olds.
And that's the time to be right there, 27.123. Finally in this class is Sarah and Taz.
Time to beat is 18.042. All right, we are now looking for Kenzie and Luyk, followed by Chesley and Bandit, Olivia and Boone, and Montana with Turbo Shadow. And that was a no time.
and Rascal. Thank you.
I'm gonna transfer the umbrella right here. Anybody else have a goal left? I'm cold. You're cold.
Good ride, time at 19.493.
And that was a good time of 28.757. Up next, Michael and Oakley, Renee and Jasper, Kevin and Cody, Lisa and Ransom, Emily and Rascal be thinking about it. I have placings for poles in the 20 to 35 division. In first place is Aaron and Satin. Second place is Izzy and John. Third place is Claire and Jazz. Fourth place is Cassie and Zane. Fifth place is Grace and Squirt. And sixth place is Rebecca and Trigger. You may come up to the prize booth and pick up your ribbon. Thank you. Good job. That was a good time, Michael, of 26.032. Up next, Renee and Jasper, Kevin and Cody, Lisa and Ransom, Emily and Rascal in the adult room class.
Olivia got 48.295. Up next is Montana and Turbo Shadow. All right, that last barrel got no tighter. That is an 18.455. 18.455. Makes her way into the gates. Let's do the 11 and under barrel racing division. Placings. So first place with a time of 17.911 was Lexi and Killian. Second place is Kingley and Pepper. Third place is Charlie and Scout. Fourth place is Emerson. Fifth place is Elise and Jesse. And sixth place goes to Maura and Riley.
That was a good time of 32.412. Up next, we have Lisa and Ransom, followed by Emily and Rascal. We'll finish out our polls.
That horse does not want to go in.
Your 11 and under barrels, high point, 11 and under barrels, high point. Congratulations goes to Lexi Benedict with 18 points. Congratulations.
That was a good time of 32.081. We're going to round out polls with our adult room class with Emily and Rascal.
Your 20 to 35 polls, high point, 20 to 35-year-old polls, high point. Congratulations goes to Aaron Luyk. Good job, Aaron. You can come on up, claim your prize and food.
All right, 38.569 for Olivia. Avery and Jazz is next, followed by Aubrey and Music, then Kennedy and Bridger.
And that's a good time, Emily, of 43.468 with 2 drop poles. We're going to set up for stakes race, and then we're going to go ahead and go right into stakes race. So we're looking for our lead liners for stakes, starting with Dania. Thank you. Sorry.
We need a new pile.
And that's a 23.943. We now need Aubrey and Music, followed by Kennedy and Bridger, Kylie and Squirt, Jalen and Selena, and then Corks and Jazz. And that is a 26.595. Next is Kennedy and Bridger, followed by Carly and Squirt, then Jadlyn and Selena, Corks and Jazz, and then Delaney with Kit Dual Dot.
Okay, I have placings for 36 and up division for poles. In first place is Michael and Oakley. Second place, Renee and Billy. Third place, Lisa and Ransom. Fourth place, Kevin and Cody. And fifth place, Renee and Jasper. Congratulations, and come up to the prize booth to get your ribbons.
All right, looking for Carly and Squirt, followed by Jadlyn and Selena, Corks and Jazz, Delaney and Kit Dual Dot, followed by Marin and Prim, then Lena and Peyton.
Up next we have Kylie and Oh Golly Miss Molly, then Josie and Sophie, Emmeline and Gimli, Davis and Sophie.
one giant ice cube in this, so.
All right, and that's 31.184. Next is Jalen with Selena, followed by Quirks and Jazz, Delaney and Kit dual dot, Merritt and Prim, Lena and Peyton, and that's your turn, Gary. What do you mean, why?
That was a good time of 49.501. Up next we have Josie and Sophie, then Emmeline and Gimli, then Davis and Sophie.
All right, that is a 19.955. Next is Quirks and Jazz, followed by Delaney and Kit dual dot, Mirren and Prim, and Lena and Peyton.
Tell you done that before. But you qualify for a bleacher bud qualification award.
And that is a 20.97, 20.97. Here we go with Delaney and Kit dual dot, followed by Mirren and Prim. Lena and Peyton will be after that.
Please wait before you send in the next one for stakes race. I'm going to check the timer.
$20.445.
Okay, we're good.
All right, that was a good try, but you tripped the timer. Final rider for this age group is Lena and Peyton. Then we will drag that part of the arena.
That was a good time, Emmeline, of 56.234. Up next is Davis and Sophie to finish out lead line. Then we're going to go into our 11 and under division with Emerson and Cartel, Lexi and Killian, Maria and Rusty. Lead liners, please remember you can come up to the prize booth and collect your ribbon after your
And that's a 21.137.
22.224.
Everybody thank Gary for melting.
Woohoo! Gary, he's our man. If he can't do it, nobody can.
Woo! Gary! All right. We are now on to our next age group. "15 to 16-year-olds, we are looking for y'all. Up first will be Kelsey with, was it something, is it Dooley? Something with a D. Dallas and Kelsey. Then it'll be Taylor and Stryker, Carmen and Olivia, Annika and Sophie, Gracie and Champagne, then Kallie and Tricky.
That was a good time, Lexi, of 18.758. Up next, we have Maria and Riley, Charlie and Scout, Sadie and Rascal, Elise and Jesse, Kingley and Pepper. Be thinking about it.
All right, and we got a 20.369 for our time to beat.
Lexi, you have to come out of the arena. It's not safe. Thank you.
Another good ride at 20.401, 20.401.
That was a good time of 21.697. Great job. That was a no time. I want to make an announcement real quick that nobody is to be in the arena when the horses are running. It is not safe. You may coach from the outside of the fence, but you may not be in the arena while people are running. Thank you. Up next, we have Elise and Jesse, followed by Kingley and Pepper, Indiana and Prim, Zoe
Good
and
job.
Kallie, Miss Molly.
Good job on time of 23.473. Up next is Annika with Sophie.
That was a good time, Elise, of 20.762. 20.762. Up next, we have Kingley and Pepper, Indiana and Prim, and Zoe and Oh Golly, Miss Molly.
Annika and Sophie got a 17.984. We are now looking for Gracie and Champagne, followed by Kallie and Tricky, Juliana and Argo, Carmen and Otis, Carington and Casanova will be after that. And that is 18.548.
Okay, Kingley, that was a good time of 20.913. Up next, we have Indiana and Prim, then Zoe and Oh Golly, Miss Molly. Turn it back on. That was a good time of 26.242. Up next, we have Zoe and Oh Golly, Miss Molly. And then Addison and Stewart, Braylon and Blackie, Haven and Goldie.
Good ride and a time of 20.519.
And that was a good time of 30.473. Up next is Addison and Stewart, Braylon and Blackie, Haven and Goldie will round out the 11 and under division.
Beautiful ride, 18.026. Next, I'm looking for Carmen and Otis, followed by Jacqueline and MJ, Samantha and Zeus, Emma and Georgia, Taylor and Falcon. Then will be Gracie and Frenchie.
Addison and Stewart, let's come back. The timer did not start. Don't run your pony right now. We're going to restart your run, okay? Let me check the timer first.
All right, and a 25.433.
This is Bill Rinderknecht with WKTV Sports Journal, and I'm with Michael and Emma and Grace Langlois. They're a riding family. I'm going to start with Michael because he has an interesting story about how he got started.
Sure. I actually got the girls riding and, watched them for a few years and couldn't sit in the bleachers any longer, so I got my own horse, and I've been riding for 4 years now, 5 years, 4 or 5 years now. So
what kind of a breed of horse do you have, and what do you like about it?
I have a thoroughbred quarter horse cross. I love the thoroughbred because she likes to run, and like I said, everybody likes a big quarter horse, so that's what I like about it.
That's awesome. So what kind of events are you competing in, Michael?
Anything with a timer. If it doesn't have a timer, we don't do it. So, timer is not biased. It never lies. That's why we like it. We do speed. We do a team penning up in Coopersville on Friday nights, which is chasing cows around with the same horses, and we just enjoy spending time together as a family. And the lady who's not here that holds us all together is my wife. She takes care of all the entry fees and signing us up and keeping us pointed in the right direction.
That's pretty awesome. Could you explain the penning competition?
The penning's pretty fun. There's 30 cattle in an arena just like this one, and there's an imaginary line, and there's 3 sets of 10 out there. So they call a number, and if it's number 3, you go get the 3 number 3s, and you chase them down to this end of the arena and put them in a pen. But the trick of that game is you can't bring anything more than a 3. So if you bring a 4 or a 5 or a 1 or a 2 with you, it's over. So it's pretty fun.
So there's a little bit of cutting involved, a little bit of herding involved.
Oh yeah.
And
a lot of communication.
A lot of communication. Okay.
A lot of speed, just like we did today, or whatever. And the part that I like about that game is the 3 of us get to ride all at the same time. So I get to enjoy my kids out there for a couple more years at least.
That's pretty cool. Speaking of a couple more years, I'm guessing that Grace is the elder. So let's go with Grace. How long have you been riding, and what's your favorite, what's your highlight of riding in these speed races, et cetera, with your dad and sister?
So I've been riding, since I was younger, but I really started competing probably like 7 years ago, something like that. And then I really like doing it with them. We kind of coach each other as we're running, and then when we get out, we kind of give each other advice on our runs. And then once they finally tell us like the placings, the competitiveness of it is like really enjoyable about it.
That's pretty cool. So what grade are you in, and how do you see your future with horses?
So I'm a senior this year. I'm gonna go to vet school is the plan. I would like to hopefully learn some stuff in vet school to bring it home when we still have horses, you know, hopefully figure out new things to keep them like as healthy and as happy as possible.
That's awfully cool. You clearly love the animals. Emma, how many horses are in your family?
Oh, too many. But so.
Okay, that's the end of this interview.
So we have.
Lots of money, I'm sure. But at any rate, let's get back to you, Emma. Tell me about your horses in your family.
We have 6 horses. We have actually a pony, but we do a lot of lessons with her. I used to have an old horse, and then she got hurt, so I do lessons with her too. And then we all have a horse, so we have 3. Gracie has 2 and then 1 she's training to sell. We've always gone out if we're an afternoon that we're free. We go out and ride, and it's just fun. So.
That's awesome. I grew up with Arabian Mustangs, and so I know about the pleasure riding part of it. I was never in competition, so tell me about the thrill of competition from Emma's perspective.
So, me, I personally am not in love with the nervousness that I get, but I always like after having a good run that you get your family to say good job, and just after running it, it's always nice to hear that. So.
That's an awesome family sport. Are you guys in public school, homeschool? How does this play out for you educationally?
Public school. We go to Hopkins. We are part of equestrian team, so basically that is like it's got speed stuff, it's got all the pleasure stuff, and then jumping, kind of across the board. So we actually take our horses and we go and do the pleasure stuff with them too. It is hard sometimes juggling that, but at the end of the day, sometimes when I'm sitting in school, I'm like looking forward to getting home just to go and ride the horses.
I know there's nothing like it. Any parting comments? Anything you would tell any other kids who are thinking about riding? How would you encourage them, Michael?
Well, I would first like to encourage the parents to get out there and be a part of this sport, you know, because I see a lot of parents that, you know, spend a lot of money every month, and, you know, it's so much more gratifying sitting at the gate with those kids, talking a little strategy before you go in there. And of course, if I encourage everybody, try it, you know, get it. Don't be scared. We all make mistakes out there. That's part of horsing every day. Get out there, try it. I mean, this is a great community of people to help you get better at the sport. So
that's awesome. One more for you, Grace. How would you encourage a young person to get on a horse? They've never been on a horse before. Tell them what gives them some encouragement.
So I would just say that horses they're very understanding animals. They definitely teach you patience. And I would just tell them, as long as you're fair with the horse will be fair to you. Just staying calm, knowing that, you know, as long as you're on a stable horse, it's all going to be okay. Just taking it slow and steady.
Would you agree with me, Emma, that horses teach you a lot about yourself? Tell me about lessons you've learned.
I have been humbled a lot just because. So I got on my one horse and we actually did really good, and then my new horse I had to work a lot harder to get to where I am today, and just patience, a lot of patience, and taking my time and being able to give her a little bit of grace and just working as a team together. So
that's really awesome. Here we have another wonderful horse family getting along with their horses and having fun at competitions.
And the whole Gracie and Paula.
All right, Cassie. Read this set, timer set. Little rip. Here, and set, you're up after this.
Mom gets so uptight about everything.
Gary and Quaddy.
Okay.
19.0230.
Up next, we have Olivia and Boone, then Montana and Turbo Shadow, Olivia and Shane.
Another good ride, 18.108. All right, Ava and Dally, followed by Kelsey and Blackie. Another 18.471. That was a 19.509. We have a runner for hat. So don't you even worry about it. I don't know why you picked white, but that's all right too.
Up next is Kallie and Squirt.
Another one of our season high point awards for barrels, cloverleaf. 12 to 14, our winner this year, Emily Stevens with 18 points.
Up next is the lady and dog.
Perfect.
Lena, the timer didn't work. Do you want to do a reride right now, or do you want to take a break?
And that is an 18.613, 18.613.
Please make sure to hook your helmet, Lena. Lena, stop. Lena, stop.
24.291, 24.291. All right.
154.
Ring 2 is looking for the 20 to 35-year-olds. First up will be Claire and Jazz, followed by Rebecca and Flash. Cassie and Zane, followed by Grace and Squirt. Aaron and Satin, Mackenzie and Diablo, Rebecca and Trigger, Izzy and Doc, and then Tara and Taz.
Up next is Annika and Sophie. Then we have Gracie and Champagne, Callie and Tricky, Juliana and Argo, Carmen and Otis. Be thinking about it.
Some heat. I'm glad we at least have a tent.
Juliana and Argo, Carmen and Otis, Carington and Casanova, Samantha and Sue.
See you, Gary. See ya.
Have a good one.
Yours?
Yeah. Thank you.
I dropped mine somewhere.
Did you really?
Thought I had them in this pocket.
Oh, they're mine.
And I've seen those. I thought them aren't mine.
All right. See you later.
Thanks for helping. Now you finally got your buddy there. Now he'll stop asking me about you.
Okay, so I have placings for the stakes race in the 11 and under division. In first place is Lexi Benedict with Killian. Second place is Elise with Jesse. Third place is Kingwing and Pepper. Fourth place is Charlie and Scout. Fifth place is Emerson and Cartel. And sixth place is Indiana and Chris. Congratulations.
New time to beat is a 17.286.
I also have placings for the 12 to 14 division stakes race. In first place is Emily and Nash. Second place is Kenzie and Lucky. Third place is Montana and Turbo Shadow. Fourth place is Javelin and Selena. Fifth place is Olivia and Sage. And sixth place is Lena and Paige. Congratulations to everyone in the 11 and under and 12 to 14 divisions. You may come up to the prize table and pick up your ribbons.
That's a 23.267. 264. Next is Aaron and Satin, followed by Mackenzie and Diablo, Rebecca and Trigger, Izzy and Doc, Tara and Taz, and Bell and Kaz. That's a time is 18.725. Next is Mackenzie and Diablo, followed by Rebecca and Trigger, Izzy and Doc, Tara and Taz, and Bell and Kaz.
Good job, Gary.
Up next, we have Juliana and Argo, Carmen and Otis, Samantha and Sue, Emma and Georgia, Gracie and Frenchie, Xander and Ada, Ava and Daly.
That's a 31.207. .782. Up next is Izzy with Doc, followed by Taryn Taz and Bella and Kaz.
So you have to wait a little bit to let her cool her horse off.
Izzy riding right now. We'll catch up with her in a little while.
And 4 for his girls.
17.657. Next is Taryn Taz. Good riding time at 18.622.
Yes, sir.
Final rider for this group is Bella and Kaz, and then we will drag the arena for the next age group, the 36 and senior.
More high points to hand out in barrels. High point for the year is 15 to 16. Emma Langlois with 20 points. Right behind her was Taylor and Gracie Langlois. 17 to 19. Our winner with 14 points, 1 point more than 2 at 13 was Caitlin Cameron. At 13 was Zoe and Kenzie Contour. So both class. And our high point winner for the state race, 12 to 14, Montana Comai at 19.
42.543, 42.543. If we could get Gary in the arena. Gary in ring 2.
Okay, in the ring right now is Xander and Ada. Up next is Ava and Daly. And then we're going to start the 17 to 19 division, starting with Mackenzie and Maisie, Zoe and Jessie, Caitlin and China, Chloe and Katie.
Well, this is Bill Rinderknecht with WKTV Journal, and it's been a long, hard day, and these guys are still at it. This is Joe, Elise, Kenzie, and Kallie, and they're a family of horsemen and women. And so I'm going to start with Joe. Hey, Joe, how long has your family been involved with horses?
Pretty much since they've all been probably 3 or 4 when we got our first mare, but my wife was doing it many years before I even knew her. So, life.
For life. That's great. And a life with a horsewoman can be very interesting. I am one. I am a husband of a horsewoman. Yes, expensive too. Have you ridden, or are you just supporting the sport?
I mainly support. I ride a little bit, but I don't ride ever in competition. So.
Well, speaking of competition, let's go to Elise, apparently the youngest in the family. And tell me about your riding experience, and especially about the horse that you love.
So I've been riding about my whole life. I started showing at 8 for 4-H, and my horse, his name is Jesse. He's an Appaloosa, and he's 23. And he's taught many people to ride, and I love him. We win a lot on him, and we're just the best pair.
That's awesome. Kenzie, tell me about your horse and your relationship with it.
Okay. I ride a 13-year-old thoroughbred. He came from a kill pen and then was raised up for jumping, and I've kind of taught him everything he knows about speed. I've been riding probably before I could walk, and I've always just grown up with it. And I don't know, it's just a fun environment to be in, and I really enjoy every experience I've gotten throughout the years.
That's awesome. Over to Kallie. I'm going to give you the same question.
I've been riding since I was probably 3 years old, and I've always enjoyed it. It's one of my favorite things to do. Currently, I ride a 4-year-old thoroughbred named Tricky. We think she was bred for racing originally, but just wasn't quite good enough to make the cut. So we ended up getting her and training her to do some speed and jumping, and we have a lot of fun with it.
That's awesome. Are all of your horses hot-blooded then?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So what grade are you in school, and what's your aspirations, horses or not?
I'm a senior at Zeeland East High School, and my aspirations is to be a large animal vet when I'm older and continue to ride horses throughout my life.
That's awesome. And Kenzie, tell me about where you are in school and where you intend to take this.
I'm a sophomore at Zeeland East, and I would love to enjoy riding and probably stick with barrels, rodeos growing up. I'm very thankful to have what I have now, and I would love to keep going from where I'm at.
Oh, that's wonderful. Elise?
So I'm in 6th grade at...
You're what, in 6th grade?
Yeah, at Cityside, and
you're winning awards?
Yeah.
Okay, go on, and you can talk some more.
Okay, so I want to stick with rodeo when I'm older. I want to do breakaway, goat tying, and barrel racing, and then I might want to be an architect. I'm not sure though. I can't pronounce it. Architect. I can't. Yeah.
That's all right. You don't have to pronounce it to do it. That's very interesting. Do you know what you wanted to do when you grow up, or are you just going to try to make money in the rodeo?
I have no idea. I'd love to do rodeo, but I'm going to need a side job for that. I kind of want to be a physical therapist to help people, but I'm not sure yet. That's not official.
That's pretty awesome. Another family sport. What would you tell, Kallie, what would you tell new riders, someone new to horses, about the journey that you're on and how to navigate it?
I say really you just gotta stick with it. Even if it feels like it's getting hard, it's gonna get better. As you keep getting better riding, your horse is gonna get better as they learn with you, and it's gonna turn into a lot of fun. You just gotta stick with it, honestly.
Thank you so much, ladies. And Joe?
We gotta give credit to Mom, who's over there holding all three of the horses right now. But if they didn't hear me, I gotta give credit to my wife, Kara, who puts in many more hours of frustration and time into getting these girls where they gotta go and helping coach their teams and things like that. And if it wasn't without her, we wouldn't be anywhere.
That's really awesome. And the mom is your glue. Thank you so much to all of you. And we look forward to seeing you in more competitions.
Thank you.
Four.